Welcome back to the High Performance Cricket Podcast. Today, Thursday morning, has been a grouse week for me. The weeks are flying by. It's absolutely crazy. And I've got some huge news to announce. For those over in the UK, I'm going to be over in the UK in August, end of August, and then back and also in the end of September as well. So end of August and end of September. I'll be in the UK, so if anyone wants to catch up for any sessions, for a beer, definitely be keen for a beer, and also any coaching sessions or whatever, get in touch, send a message, because I'll be there and I'll be keen to coach. I'll be up in Manchester, Leeds, up in the north, I think August 20 to start of September, and then I'll be back more in the South London area around September 20-ish. So if you are keen to catch up, or if you're in Europe or somewhere like that, more than happy to jump in and have a session with you, or catch up socially in that as well. I've already been talking to a couple of lads, so I'm pretty keen for that. What else is news? I've got, we're going to be going into a couple of county clubs and that, so I've already teed up some professional development work over there, so I'm keen. I'm looking forward to the trip. Today's ep, we are going to chat about something that really inspired me for this ep. I was going for a walk last week and I was listening to the How We Games podcast with Jason Gillespie on it. And there's a quote that he said, and I've written it down in my notes. I've put it in the calendar of my, on my phone today so I wouldn't forget it. And it really, really got to me here. And the topic of today's pod is Jason Gillespie was about 16, 17, and he was at Adelaide Cricket Club, and he was playing C grade, and something happened where it was the last game of the year. B grade had qualified for finals, so they didn't want to change their team. C grade, I think, was in finals as well, but A grade wasn't. And they had an injury in the A grade bowlers, but they didn't want to put a B grade bowler up because he'd overqualify for finals, so he wouldn't be able to play. So he then went from C grade to A grade and made A grade debut at 16. Crazy, number one. Took a wicket in his first over, which is awesome. And then he played the rest of the game, but nothing crazy happened. But he goes, that was the moment that he got fair dinkum about his cricket. And this is what today's ep's going to be about. What does getting fair dinkum mean? When do you fully lock and go, yep, it's exactly what I want to do, and you start putting the things in place around your life to actually properly go fair dinkum? Because I think I've read Jason Gillespie's book and that as well, and talk about, obviously, as a kid, like Dennis Lee and Tomo. He says, ever since I was a young kid, I dreamed of playing for Australia, even in the backyard. When it was Australia versus West Indies, people would say, I was Dennis Lee or I was Tomo. But he actually loved guys like Merv Hughes as well. And he believed one day he could get there. But it wasn't until he was 16, where, I think that 16, right, he's playing C grade, so he's playing threes. And he then goes, yep, I'm gonna get fair dinkum at 16. He literally says here, he goes, he was at Adelaide Cricket Club at 16, mucking around at training and having a bit of banter, and he goes, I declare one day I'm going to play for South Australia by 19, and he's going to play Test cricket by the age of 21. This is why he's playing threes at 16, 17 even. And everyone started laughing at him, but he reckons it was a light bulb moment for him because he believed it and he could sense that he could do it, but he had to change because no one else could see and feel that he could do it. He goes, that was a light bulb moment to me to go, bang, I've got to get fair dinkum, I've got to train hard, I've got to bowl faster, I've got to get stronger, I've got to get fitter, I've got to bowl better. That was a big moment for me. Turns out, he actually did end up playing cricket for Australia. He ended up playing his Test match at the age of 21, and he did play Shield cricket by 19. And then he ended up with 71 Test matches, 259 wickets at 26. averaging 26 with a pill, which is crazy. I think that's like the same average as like Josh Hazelwood's test career or something like that. Let's have a look at Josh Hazelwood test stats. Who's an absolute weapon. ESPN Cricket Info. Josh Hazelwood's stats are 73 matches, averaging 24 and a half. So pretty much identical stats to Josh Hazelwood. So absolute superstar, Jason Gillespie. Now let's get into what fair dinkum is, and like from my experience, like when I was probably more talented at cricket. I was playing better cricket than what Gillespie was at 16, 17. So when I was a junior, but I was not fair dinkum at all. I think and that's the thing, because like you can still go to the trainings, you can still train often, but that doesn't mean you're fair dinkum. And I was going to all the sessions, like all the Vic training is up at the MCG or at the Junction Oval. I was bowling in the cold winter. I'll be going down to, the soccer field, we have a synthetic soccer oval in Kuirup where I grew up. And I'll go down there and bowl because it was a better run up and drier in the winter. Like, I'll go to the nets with my mates when it was wet. And like, I trained a lot. But on reflection, I wasn't, fair dinkum. I don't think I train hard, but training hard and training a lot is not being fair dinkum. Because like just ticking the box and training is not fair dinkum, I don't think. I reckon like going to training with intention, plan, that like focus, all those sorts of things is probably going into training with being fair dinkum. And I look back at the guys who I grew up like the same ages with, some guys like a Will Sutherland, like the way he trains is crazy intensity, like focus, dialed in, unbelievable. Toddy Murphy as well, like elite, like just gun operator, knows who wants to get out of the session, executes, trains well. It's just hyper focused. Well, I'm there like at the back, I'm chatting, I'm having a joke, which is fine to have a joke at training, but then I even now, if I wanted to go fair dinkum, I'd still have a joke in that, but I'd be able to switch back on better for balls, which I probably wasn't doing back then. Even like club training and that, like I'll go, but then like sometimes I'll be like, I might go to the toilet and have a drink, and there's 10, 15 minutes gone, just wasting time and all that sort of stuff. And it wasn't really going like, whereas like now, let's say with work, which I would say I'm locked in with work, I do this, everything's planned out. My calendar is planned out to the minute. I know I'm doing this, then this is my system for this and that, and I'm just going bang, 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 and everything's just executed really, really well. Because I'm on a bit of a mission, and I know what I want to do, and I know I'm driven for that. Whereas like just going to work doesn't mean you're fair dinkum. Like I'm sure you would just go to work or just go to school. It doesn't really mean you're fair dinkum about it, but you have an intensity about it as well. And it's like, one thing too, when it comes to like my own reflections, like I wanted the outcome. So like I was playing cricket because like I wanted to play at that high level. Like I wanted to make Vic teams. I wanted to play Premier Ones. I wanted that level, but I wasn't doing it because I loved the process of doing that. And I wasn't serious about the process of it. I was serious. I was more than happy to take the outcome. Like, give me the big V on my chest. Give me the big V hat. Give me training at the Junction. Give me all that sort of stuff. But wasn't probably quite prepared enough to really just dig in with the process, which is how you get those results. Especially the older you get, like under 15s and under 17s, maybe I was fair dinkum, but under 19s I wasn't. I look at photos. My mum just sent me a photo of when I was at my deb in year 12, and not my deb, my formal year 12. And geez, I was carrying a couple extra kegs of it. I needed to, I reckon. And then, like, I reckon you need to back yourself in, and you need to like being fair dinkum as well, not being afraid to ask for help as well. Like I got a little bit of coaching, but maybe I really could have like invested in coaching, or had somebody that I really leaned on to be a mentor. Or I tried to sort of do it all myself and guesswork, and wasn't really able to. Oh no! If I'm a time again, I reckon I'll get it. I'd have somebody who'll be like, "Yeah, we're going to work to your plan for the next 2 or 3 years, and we're going to lock in together." pay the coach and really lock in and do that, because I'd sort of get a batting coach, then I'd try another one, or I'd get a bowling coach, I'd try another one. It's just disjointed. And like you get the coaches from CV and club, and just so disjointed. Whereas if you keep your inner circle, and you be the CEO of your own career, and you keep that really, really tight knit and aligned. I think that's the key for success. Like you have those coaches from the rep teams and your club training or whatever it is, but it's really important to like take the information on board 100%. But like even like guys like Sam Constas or Steve Smith or Glenn Maxwell, they have like their own personal coach, because I think cricket's a really personal game, and you need somebody who knows you inside and out. So I reckon that's what I think getting fair dinkum is to. And like this coach could be at your club as well. It could be at the state teams as well. So, but I reckon it's just going, this person knows me really, really well. I'm going to invest in this coach. I'm going to invest in this person, and they're going to invest back in me just as much. That's something that I reckon is awesome. That's something like, as I say now, I'm more fair dinkum with work and growing and helping more people and trying to grow, obviously my coaching and help as many cricketers as I possibly can. Is like I've invested in business coaches and business mentors, and I've had someone with me every step of the way. With that, I've invested in education and personal development and learning more, doing buying a rehab course so I can rehab better, buying a course on medicine ball training. They're using the elite baseball S&C coaches, things like that. Plyometrics, learning how the best do plyometrics, running mechanics, buying courses for running mechanics, things like that. Like putting your money where your mouth is and going, no, I want this. Like I want to be the best cricket strength and conditioning coach in the world. I want high performance cricket to be the best cricket performance brand in the whole entire world. How do I get there? And you don't get there by being half in. Like you don't get there by just like, I want that outcome, but not willing to put the processes in place. Same goes for cricket. Like as a player, like sure you want to play that rep team, but are you willing to invest? Like there are some people who are naturally gifted, naturally talented that don't need to, and I reckon they probably get found out at some stage. But if you're not one of those people who are naturally gifted and not naturally up the top already, then you got to put in the work to get there. And being that fully locked in and being fair dinkum is the key. And that's obviously what happened for Jason Gillespie. And these turning points can happen anytime. The turning point could be right now, where you go, oh shit, like I say I want this, I want to play first grade, I want to play seconds by the end of the year, I want to make it the under 16s Dowling, I want to play this representative team. But then you might reflect on yourself right now and be like, shit, but maybe I'm not as fair dinkum as what I thought I was, because there will be people out there. There's a lot of people who play cricket like who are absolutely fair dinkum, and the people that I coach are fair dinkum, like all over the world. Like the amount of people, like the best part about the people that I coach from online coaching, where there is links down below if you are interested in joining, and the people in person as well in Melbourne. Like people are just like, they love their cricket and they're so dedicated and they're willing to put in the work, and it's awesome. I love it. I love working with dedicated people. It's because it's so good. Because I think what makes them fair dinkum is that they set like real goals, like goals that are like achievable, attainable, specific, measurable. But it's not just having the goal. It's like the goal sets the direction, and then it's about having the processes in place behind that. So then it's like, alrighty, I'm going to get somebody to look after my strength and conditioning, mindset, nutrition, recovery, all that sort of stuff, and then bang, we're going to go, and we're going to make it like almost impossible for these results not to happen. And now saying that's kind of like what I reckon is the key. It's like almost you got to make it like impossible for the outcome to not happen. That's what getting fair dinkum is. If you like just a super dialed in fitness, nutrition, recovery, lifestyle, technical work, keep everything tight knit in your own base. Like really take ownership. Like treat your career like a business. Like I'm a CEO. Look after your body well. Be the CEO of your own career. Get super fair dinkum about it. That's elite. That's what happens. Because like you can't just be fair dinkum about one part. Like you can't just be fair dinkum about just going to career training and then coming home. Because then there's layers to that. Like getting fair dinkum is then making sure that you're eating in carbs before your career training, and then it's making sure that you're having maybe some, if you're training in the morning, having some caffeine so you're properly energized throughout the day. And then it's also making sure that you're having electrolytes in your water. So you're not just drinking water, you're also doing electrolytes as well. And then maybe having creatine too. And then before you go to bed, you're having some magnesium. And you're like, oh, geez, maybe I'm not sleeping well. And then you might go, all right, well, have I tried something like glycine or L-theanine or something like that for your sleep? Then you start to go, oh, then you start adding layers and layers and layers. Then, like, you're not just eating for the sake of eating. You're eating because you know that eating is fuel for your body. So then you start going, all right, cool. Let's make sure I'm having enough protein every meal to recover. You know, all right, getting protein's good, but can I diversify the colors that I get in my meal? So make sure I'm getting a lot of the micronutrients from different colors. So not just having the same veggies over and over again. Can I get some different stuff in there? Am I having enough calcium? All that sort of stuff. So just fueling like a pro. Okay, at least you can have the confidence that, I'll give myself the best chance to feel good, have the energy, and recover well from a nutrition, hydration point of view. All right, sick. That's locked in. Then that makes your training more locked in. And then what makes your cricket training and games more fair dinkum is when you then start doing the right gym work to give yourself the physical tools to be able to do training or do more training or do training better. So then it's like, all right, and then it might just be, all right, cool, just going to the gym. That could be your step one of getting fair dinkum. Then it's, all right, can my gym, just going to the gym, building that habit, elite. Then from there, can we then make gym a bit more specific to you and your body? And like, from my point of view, having gym specific to like fast bowlers or specific to batters or whatever it is, I think that's still a little bit not sure about it. Because at the end of the day, you're a person. You're not a fast bowler. You're a person. So I kind of like think about setting up people's gym programs and gym structures and training weeks and running and that, like specific to like the person and what the person needs, because it's you, the athlete, who then goes and does the skill, and then you need to build yourself as an athlete who then can then go and do the skill that you want to do. And obviously, if your goal is to bowl fast, then there will be stuff in the gym that helps you bowl fast, but that's more based on you, the person, and the person who has the goals, rather than I'm a fast bowler. You're not a fast bowler, you're a person. Might have gone a little bit off track there, but you know what I mean? Like, you're getting fair dinkum about your gym stuff. Yeah, I'm going to do this, and this. Because the thing as well, especially for the guys that are older, is thinking that, like, all right, I want to play professional cricket. That's like, I want to play on TV. No shit. Everyone wants to play on TV. But it's like, you think about, let's say Cricket Victoria has 30 guys on contract, and so they're all fair dinkum, and they're getting... I literally had breakfast this morning with their strength and conditioning coach about 2 hours ago. Shout out to Jono. So they have him doing their strength and conditioning programs. They've got GPS, they've got dietitians, they've got some of the best skilled coaches in the world. So they're getting better at a really, really fast rate. So the people below them, the people who are 18, 19, 20, they need to be doing something even more fair dinkum to then accelerate and somehow get past them. Because it's not like they get to professional cricket and stagnate. They get to professional cricket, and that's when their development improves, which is great. While there's there's good coaches out there now, like on social media, that you would follow, not just me, who can give people the same level of coaching to club cricketers, to people who aren't professionals. That's why I started high performance cricket, was to... when I interned at Cricket Victoria, was to then see, geez, the level of training that they're getting, how like fair dinkum they are about their training, is not happening at my club. It's not happening with the people that I know and my mates. Why is that? Because there's no one there teaching you how to train that way. So I'm like, oh, well, I may as well teach people how to train that way, or just give people access to the high quality programming and coaching that they deserve and what you deserve. And I find it elite. Like I know from not about you, but when I do something fair dinkum, like my half marathon training at the moment, like I'm nutrition, like I'm dialed in nutrition wise, hydration, like the amount of carbs I'm having, my sleep, I'm like all this sort of stuff I'm trying to lock into. So my training's elite. You kind of feel like a big dog when you're like, yeah, I'm living like a semi-professional athlete right now, and you feel really good about yourself. You have a purpose and a mission, and I love giving that feeling to people as well. So that's the key when you get in fair dinkum. It's not just like going to training; it's everything around it that sets you up to have the best training session of all time on a Tuesday, and then all time again on a Thursday, and then perform on the weekend, or if it's in preseason, giving yourself to go into, like, don't just go to training. It's like set your days up, set your weeks up around your training to then. So then when you go into training, you're just like, it can't go wrong. And then is it like just getting in the best shape of your life, getting in the best mind frame ever? Like, don't just let things happen to you. Work on your mindset, things like that is like awesome. I love this stuff. I love helping people with this through my coaching. Like even now, look at my WhatsApp messages. Like talk about stuff from sprint sessions to sleep to shin splint management and rehab, and then run up stuff, and then some like other nutrition work, and time management and fitting training in around exams and study and things like that. So the diversity of the problems that I love solving with me crew is elite, because the people who these people deserve to get great results because they get in fair dinkum. And unless you're already there, unless you're a 15-year-old Jason Cox, you're a man child, you're 6'3", 90 kilos, and you just got the physical tools to be better than everyone else. You can go on to state teams. Some people can just rock up and you're just naturally talented at everything. But if that's not you, you need to work for it. Then you got to get fair dinkum. You know what I mean? And then the people like me who were, I would say, once they're naturally talented, which is a bit bigger, get behind the 19s. Hating, not really enjoying playing cricket because didn't put the work in. So I wanted the outcome, didn't enjoy the process, ended up hating the outcome because I didn't work hard enough, and then you start resenting yourself in the game and all that sort of stuff. So can't go pear-shaped for you if you want these outcomes but not willing to put the processes in place in your life to get there. So I think we'll finish up there. I think the big question is, what do you want out of cricket, out of your work or life or school, and are you willing to get fair dinkum about it? And trust me, from my experience, when you do get fair dinkum about things get good. And you finally start to have that purpose and fulfillment, and everything just starts to feel elite. You get G'd up, you're excited, you love the mission. It's when you're half in something or you're 3/4 in something and you're not quite getting the results, and sometimes you do, that's when things are a bit frustrating for you. But when you're all in the process, you're obsessed, you're loving it, life's great. The downs are a lot easier to manage because you have that purpose and that drive. So if you're interested in getting fair dinkum, I've got my coaching links down below to join. The first two who click the link will be straight in, and I'll get back to you guys as soon as I possibly can. If not, I've got an email link down below as well. 27 tips, 27 days, make you a better cricketer. So you may as well sign up to that. And also, I've got a free 10-week running program down below too. So you may as well get a free 10-week running program while you're there from me. That's all I've got today. I'll speak to you guys next week. And that's a wrap for today's show. Thanks for watching, guys. I know you haven't subscribed yet, so please make sure you do right now. Leave a review and let me know any feedback or any questions that you have from this previous episode. If you are interested in becoming the best cricketer that you've ever been, and getting coaching from me, I have all my links down below in the description for either my in-person based in Melbourne or my online coaching where you can be anywhere around the world. Thanks guys, feel free to share with a friend, and thanks for tuning in. Win the day.